Hey guys, Darth Celestian here, and today we are back on the Unremarkable SMP. Now, you might be thinking, Darth, where's your armor gone? Like, we can still see the armor bar, but the armor's not showing on your skin. Well, that's rather simple, really. See, we have cosmetic armor, so I can just hide my armor and certain cosmetics. So I have the snorkel hidden, my gloves hidden, and the kitten slippers hidden. And obviously the main armor parts, but that's just because then it looks cooler, and I can truly show off my skin. But today, as the title suggests, we're going into the mechanical era. A couple pictures taken by Icarus Vivo. Now, around the base, not a lot has changed. I mean, one change is I finally finished the red roof in here. Completely forgot I hadn't finished it. Like, I came in last night, then looked up and like, wait a minute, I never finished the roof. Also, uh, I added some more rows to the farm, try and get as much source to fill up this as possible. As hold on a bit over here, this is a kind of hefty kind of project, and in the tier 2 spellbook, I also upgraded the spellbook. But if I go into the tier 1 section of the crafting, I have unlocked every single tier 1 spell. If I were to go into the create menu, every tier 1 spell that I could need, I can now use to my disposal. I haven't thought of any spells to really put in yet, but I'll get around to it. And whilst I was exploring in the mining dimension, I found a few little weapons. The Runic Cutlass, the Runic Sai, and the Runic Twin Blade. Obviously, you know my Twin Blade here, my diamond one. That does 7 damage. The Runic does 8. But this, the Netherite Katana, which is one I made myself, does 10 damage. Look at how I hold that. It's so cool. And if I were to just... The animations are so cool. I want to check the animations for the rest of these now. So this is the Cutlass. Looks kind of cool. One-handed weapon. Hmm. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what you would expect for a Cutlass. And now the Sai. A bunch of quick jabbing motions. Yeah, yeah, that's about right. And obviously not much has changed back there, still just the sugarcane farm. So the main change would probably be in the back room. So through the bedroom, open the open the block there into this room. Now, as you can see, I've got a couple little mechanical devices in here. That one, so this one here, which is the inscriber, this here, which is an energy acceptor, and this obviously just being the charger, are all from Applied Energistics. But I didn't know how to power this to get these charged Certus quartz. So before I even thought about making any of that stuff with mechanism, I did something extremely frustrating last night. I probably spent a good hour, 2 hours working on one thing to try and get the charged quartz, which didn't end up happening because I got to the part where I needed and realized I still had no idea what I was doing. And what was I doing, you might ask? All of this. And if you're unfamiliar with what this is, all of these blocks, apart from that's just a basic infinite lava source. All of this is from the create mod. And if we quickly go into the charged Certus quartz, it will show the Tesla coil. It shows that using the Certus quartz somehow with the Tesla coil should charge it. So I went through everything I needed to do to make the Tesla coil, and it still didn't work. So I didn't know what I was going to do because I had to make the Tesla coil. We needed copper, spool, andesite alloy, brass casing, capacitors. Most of the stuff was really easy, except the brass. So to get a brass ingot, you had to mix a zinc ingot and a copper ingot in this mixer. And the hard part was I couldn't generate enough power to properly spin the mixer. I looked at tutorials, I looked for everything, and nothing I could find had the capacity to spin the mixer. So I went and spoke to her. I went and called on a good friend on the server, Hype Red. Well, Hype I read. And Hype actually showed me what I was doing wrong. That I had to change this from a group of small gears to a big one. That way it would produce more power, which would allow this to spin properly. Now, I did also try the windmill approach. It did not work. It did not work at all. So, speaking of windmills, if we go over to here, you might recognize the little green energy like thing down in my basement. Well, in the back room. That one down there, little green block, is being powered by these two apparatus. Solar panel, well, an advanced solar panel, and a windmill to constantly produce energy. Now, obviously, as I go further into the ME system, I'm going to need a lot more energy to keep it active, which is why obviously I just keep some things jotted down, like how to make the advanced solar generator. Take 4 basic solar generators, which is very annoying to make. You need a lot of the infused alloy. And the infused alloy is made in the metallurgic infuser with iron and redstone, which means I'd need to have a constant supply of redstone and iron, which, okay, yeah, technically I do the mining dimension for iron, and, well, I'll show you where I get my infinite redstone from. Do I have? Yeah, I do. I was just making sure I had the resources for it. So we go back into here, into my little villages. I also added a new one up here, but didn't give me what I wanted. I wanted the tier 3 to be the trident. It didn't get it, but it's fine. But I get my infinite redstone from the cleric. So just boom, 24 redstone, which I then just take back into the back room. Make like little hidden walkways between each room, shouldn't I? And then I come into here. They split up the redstone. Split up again. 6 into here to give more into there, and 6 into there for energy. Now this one is running on carbon or coal, which is why I only put redstone in the energy receptacle. Which obviously I can just change up how that works by taking in an input from one of the areas by hooking it up to the generator. Same with the enrichment chamber. Actually, I might do, hold on, input dark red on the left. So if I got some cables and connected it to there, I should be able to power the enrichment chamber without the need of additional redstone. Now, I can't really do much in the terms of the ME system because I don't think Icarus has made the creative shop to get the Skystone. Because for those that don't know, our world is bordered. We have a border around it, meaning we can't go further than the border, and pretty much every single chunk has been explored inside our border. So meteors can't spawn because the chunks have already been observed. Come on. There we go. That should theoretically come back here. As you can see, energy is starting to flow through the system by the fact that the liquid is now showing a greenish color. And we look, and lo and behold, it has the energy. Now, those things are rather funky to make. Let me show you. Go into mechanism. So the cables themselves, like the basic cable, not hard at all. The 2 bits of steel, 1 bit of redstone. The annoying part is probably just getting the steel for it, because to get steel, you need to smelt/blast furnace steel dust, which you can either get by crushing steel ingots in a crusher, uncrafting a muffling upgrade, but I have no idea what that is for, so hence I haven't made one, or by putting enriched iron in a metallurgic infuser with carbon or coal. And how do you get enriched iron? By putting iron in a metallurgic infuser with coal. Essentially, you put iron in, you get enriched iron, you put it back in to get the steel, then which you blast furnace to, actually get steel ingot. But my main goal is to, wow, I want to get some higher level energy cells. That one is easy. I could just make that right now. Actually, I'm going to. I just want to show you like how much energy, like how easy some of the things in this mod is if you already have the resources. I've been on the server since probably like uh ooh, I don't actually know what time I got on. I don't really like have a way of keeping tabs on how long a player's been online. A certain day, I mean. Okay, missing the energy tablets, which would require. Okay, so I need 2 for it, and then I need. Ooh, 1, 2, middle. Okay, and here again, and redstone, of course. We're gonna take that 1 bit of iron with us, and hope that my little cleric has revamped the trade, shall we? Yes, it has. Also, I found out what was wrong with my Blazerite picks non-cooking thing. Turns out if I shift right click, you see the pickaxe have that little flashover effect. It's changing what it does. Yeah, so that was fun. Anyways, now I can show you what I mean by different things with the Metallurgic Infuser. We go to the redstone one, we throw it in, it starts to use the energy from the redstone, but it would just use energy anyway to make the infused alloy. Which I need to get a crafting table in that room. Let me go to a crafting table, go into the advanced, go into this. One, doesn't stack, it's extremely tedious. Oh, I need more gold. Thankfully, I have plenty. Perks of going to the mining dimension back and forth. Would not recommend it. I got lost a lot of times and just actually I I got lost so far into the dimension I just bored a little tunnel back to my home. Okay, then I'm missing two more of the. See, this is why I. This is why I can never be prepared for anything because I think I'm fully prepared, and then the universe just pulls a bam. No, you forgot to do this. And it's like brain, you have one job, and it's not to make me mess up things. But my brain's just like, nah, you're gonna mess this up whether you like it or not. So this is why I tend to try and get things as prepared as I can before a stream. But well, this time I wasn't really. So obviously, once we've crafted the advanced cube, I can make the elite one. Which you might be thinking, well, that's not too hard. Yeah, yeah. I need to make an infused alloy with diamond as the infuser, but it's diamond dust or diamond grit or a enriched diamond, not the actual diamond. Which means I need a crusher to crush the diamond. It's a long-winded process that is just a royal pain for everyone involved. Also, I've been trying to prevent the mob spawning in my house, hence these random giant torches in the middle of my rooms. They're actually really helpful. I'll show you. Torch. It's this one, the Mega Torch. Prevents natural spawning of hostile monsters in a big radius around the torch. Meaning, I don't have to worry about mobs spawning in my house. Except flies on the surface and potentially bats getting into the house, but bats aren't a problem. Bats aren't a problem. Mechanism? Like, I'm fine with having bats flying around my house. Like, I am completely fine with bats. Right. And now I have the advanced energy cube, which means I can now store a lot more energy for later use. I just put it back there, and the energy devices up on the surface will start to fill it. Obviously, as I make more and more devices, hooking more and more up to it, I'll need more generating machinery to make the energy so I don't run out of power. So, like, there's different kind of generators. We have the gas burning generator, the heat generator, which generator that uses a heat of lava or other burnable resources to produce energy. Solar generator or solar panel that uses the power of the sun. The gas burning generator that harnesses the varying molecular gases to produce energy. A biogenerator which burns organic materials. The advanced solar generator, which I have on the surface, and a wind generator, which is the wind turbine I also have up on the surface. Uh, Rotational complex. A connector that is placed on the highest turbine rotor of an industrial turbine to carry kinetic energy to its electromagnetic coils. Now, see, I'm not particularly too sure about that because we have the wind generator, but this is like talking about actual wind turbines. Huh. I'll have to look into that, but first we're going to make another one of these real quick. So it's osmium, infused alloy, which is one iron. Then that's one osmium in the redstone. So I need four osmium for those things. Iron, one piece of iron, two pieces of iron, three pieces of iron, five pieces of iron, and six gold. Five iron, six gold, four osmium. So some things, like I said, aren't too bad. If you know what you're doing with the mod, obviously. There's the four osmium. 3, 4, 5, 6 gold. That's 3 iron. I need 5. Like I said, I have plenty of iron just dotted around, which is the reason I want to get the ME system up online, because that will help storage immensely. I can just put all the storage into one room, like into one system, and just never have to worry again. Okay, so first we're going to quickly run the osmium in, because I only need one of those, so we can quickly just get that made. Like, look at how much energy it drains, which is why, obviously, as you progress, you need more and more different sources of energy to keep things stable. You know, whilst we're waiting on that iron, I'm going to go and get a crafting table for that room. I could just make a crafting spell in my spell book, but so much effort. I barely use the spell because I potentially would use it in the mining dimension to make torches, but I can just use my crafting inventory for that. Like, stick, hole, boom, torch. I don't need to worry about. I don't have to worry about it. Okay, I have the crafting table now. You know, I don't think I actually explained last time why I have the extra 5 hearts. So, you might have seen it, that little heart trinket there on the belt. Well, if we were to go into here and into the cosmetic, well, the little bauble thing, go down below the gauntlets, and we get to this in the belt slot. Crystal Heart, which increases my maximum health. Obviously, there's also a charm slot if I ever got a charm, some rings, bundle patches which will never be used, a body slot, a bangle slot, no idea, spell focus, and a back slot. Now, because of my backpack, I could technically put something in the back slot, because it's not occupying that slot. And yeah, from my most recent trip to the mining dimension, this is why I don't have to worry about running out of iron. Because I'm not. I'm never going to run out at this point. And we go into here again. I'm just going to quickly save that so I always have the crafting recipe. 1 and 2. Yep. Good, 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 good. The wind turbine. Like that. And I just realized, actually, I should be fine as long as I place it correctly up on the surface. So up we go to place down our second wind generator, which is actually it is 1,000 times easier than the advanced solar panel. Daytime, nice. I'll quickly just show you. So 4 solar generators. Each solar generator takes 2 of these, solar and 3 solar panels and one of those. A solar panel is one of those, 3 osmium. It's a lot of osmium just for solar panels, you know? Okay, oh, could I? I'm not sure if it would conflict if I put it right next to it. Apparently not. Now that is a health and safety violation if I ever did see one. But then again, it is Minecraft, so I ain't complaining. It's producing more power, and it's a lot more efficient for charging the quartz than creators over here. Like, seriously, that was torture trying to figure all that out. And Hype, who helped me figure out the what I was doing wrong with the mixer, that's pretty much all they helped with. They did not help with anything else when it came to create. I think I know what that is. Virus. Yep. Sometimes the sugarcane doesn't drop down into the water. So I've always got to just hop over and throw it in to go into the obsidian chest. Obviously, with my plants here, have an infinite water source here for some reason. I just suppose it saves me having to pop up to the surface for water every now and then. I I want a new portal in here. I actually think there's something in the mechanism that can help with that. Let's quickly just go back. So this is the teleporter. Machine capable of teleporting players to various locations defined, not designed, defined by another transporter. Or teleporter. And I think if we go back to no. Oh, here. A teleporter frame. Frame used to construct a teleporter multi-block, allowing a portal to be generated within the structure. Which would be cool, but it means I'd also have to travel to the next location that I want to use as the teleporter. And at that point, I might as well just use waystones. Actually, speaking of waystones, I know I have. There they are. Some palm saplings, because up here at the top, paradise palms. Now, this place isn't like too bad. 800 blocks away from my home, but the reason I came here in the first place is you see that little structure over there? It's the structure for this, a starbuncle. Butterfly, another butterfly. And the point of the starbuncle is one of the other mods we have in here. It's used for uh, it's used to get this crystal. And you might be thinking, well, what's the purpose of that crystal if that's all the starbuncle is used for? Well, we go into my little notebook. Yeah. You need it for the conjuration essence to summon things. It was I remembered that there was this place over here that had the starbuncle. I was just not particularly too sure on the exact location. But obviously I had access to my minimap, so I could find it. And when I arrived, like on this beach place was where I found this waystone. And that wasn't one from home. I just found it here. But obviously I claimed the beach because it was around the waystone, and I could make a little palm tree beach. Hence the name Paradise Palms. So it's not where the name originated from. If you're if you've ever played Fortnite in the earlier seasons or chapters, you might have heard the name Paradise Palms from somewhere else, as it was a place in the Fortnite world. Yeah, this is how I was able to tell where I was because of the big statue of the Starbuncle. And that's legitimately what it looks like. Oh, the berry's gone. Hold on. Go into M real quick, see if I can find one. Starbuncle should be over here. See? It's exactly what a starbuncle looks like. It's like a little squirrel. Yeah. It's just really cute. Well, I think it's like a good place to end off in front of the little starbuncle statue. Look at it. Actually, hold on. Before we end off, I'm going to do that. Claiming the Starbuncle forever in the name of the Celestial Void, which is my official team on here, by the way. I know in the original season I had the uh, Atlantic Empire. This time I'm going with the Celestial Void. I think I'm going to take it out with the katana in hand. Look how cool that is. That is just really cool. Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming out. As always, it does mean a lot to me. If you want to see more of, obviously, Unremarkables, or if you want to see previous things I did on the server, you can always go check out my YouTube channel, which will have all the previous videos on here, of here on there. Or if you just want a place where you can talk to me, get up to date stream notifications, always feel free to join the Discord. It is public, anyone can join, as long as you're a good person, obviously. And yeah, if you want to talk to me, I'll try to be as active as I can. Some things might get in the way, but I will always try to be active over there. And if you did enjoy it, please do consider liking and subscribing. It does mean a lot and helps me know the kind of content you guys want to see. And if you have any tips or advice, please put them in the comments. Any help I can get will be greatly appreciated. And as always, Darth Celestian, signing out.